do some hands-on exercises with that. We don't have anything to announce officially as being publicly available, but something that we're always working on from the Learning with Cisco side is how can we put additional resources out there, tutorials, other topics. Those will all be beneficial to the learner who's going after this from a professional level and an expert level. I also approach it personally from the perspective of it's not just about getting the certification, but for me personally, a certification is that marker of I've learned the information. I can apply this. I can do this in my daily work. Certification is that's that achievement of I can do this. We don't design our exams to just be a rubber stamp. We also don't develop our course content of take the course, I'm going to pass the test. There's a lot more in the course than there is on the exam. We're really about developing the professional skill level. And then there's the certification and the exam to validate that knowledge level. It's not a teaching to the test.
Just kind of in terms of, I was going to say, accessibility to the technology. And, as somebody who first started studying for their CCIE when it was like AROS days, now, the virtual controllers, as Andrew mentioned, I think we actually now bundle it with CML. If not, it's coming very soon that like the 9800 images in CML, right? Our 9800 controllers run virtually on all the hypervisors out there. Even public cloud, like you can, if you clicked, you can spin up a wireless LAN controller in Amazon and get going with that in AWS, right? So it's never been easier to get your hands on a controller in the different form factors. And something we've been, of course, partnering with our learning group on is like, how do we make sure that those capabilities are available for folks that need to learn? So I'd say it's never been easier to get your hands on, this technology out there, which is something we're pretty proud of.
We've got like the controller that you've just mentioned. We've got like Cisco access points. We've got Meraki. In the bad old days, we used to, if I'm in the UK, you in the US, I had to buy a specific access point for the UK. And then if I had a client in the US, I had to buy a different access point. What is Cisco doing to make that better, man?
Love the question. So the short version is global use access point onboarding, Guapo quite a few times. So we got rid of regulatory domains. We also got rid of, this is a Meraki access point. This is a Catalyst access point. Every access point out of the box boots up and then decides, should I become a Meraki access point and connect to the cloud? Should I become, let's say, traditional controller-based access point and, join a controller? And, we kind of soft introduced this with our 6E portfolio, but now with 7, it's fully there. Customers or lab takers, you can move your access points back and forth between the two stacks fully seamlessly. So if you're a learner out there, you get a Cisco Wi-Fi 7 access point, you can have that join the Meraki cloud one day, and I'll actually show you, click a button, and a minute later it's joined your wireless LAN controller. And again, because there's no regulatory domains, you don't have to worry about that. So we've really removed a lot of the barriers that kind of historically were there.
I'm glad to see that, like unification.
Multi-link operate, MLO is great. I know what it is. What does it look like? How do I turn it on? What are the benefits? I want to work with it if this is something that I'm going to bring into my enterprise deployment. Well, so we're really driving that, and you'll see it through the blueprint from the topics that are there. It's very much more that technology solution focus, not product. And that's, I think that for me personally is the biggest shift. That really it's that underlying, because that's what our customers want. That's what our learners need. And it also makes it to where our certifications are valid for anyone, even if they work in mixed environments, or you work for a partner that does more than just Cisco Wireless. Not exactly sure why you would. We do have a complete package, but still, there's those oddballs, one or two out there. So we want everything that you learn to also be applicable to you being a professional level practitioner of wireless, regardless of what vendor you're working with. And again,